And now a Target 12 Investigators exclusive trail of debts. As we revealed on Thursday, a lawmaker on the powerful House Finance Committee has a financial history littered with questionable business and financial dealings, including multiple lawsuits from people and companies who say he owed them money. And Target 12 investigator Tim White is joining us now. So Tim, you and your team, you reviewed thousands and thousands of pages of court documents, financial records, government filings, and you uncovered this troubling pattern here.
Yeah, and to hear Representative Carlos Tobon explain it, he claims he has been the victim, Danielle, of bad luck, of bad advice, and real estate deals that have gone sour. But according to people Target 12 interviewed, lawsuits and depositions we reviewed, another picture emerges. There's a pattern of Tobon borrowing money to at times invest in real estate transactions or in other cases help pay off another debt. Some claim he would string them along or not respond to calls, so they were ultimately forced to take him to court to try and get their money back. In an interview that went on, Danielle, for more than an hour, I asked Tobon why it would come to that point.
Why do people have to take you to court? You know you owe them money.
But I had been paying them. It just, I can't pay them at the schedule that they asked at times for many reasons. But the thing is that those payments are endless. And when I have a son, I also have to feed him.
Well, payments aren't endless. Payments go until the debt is repaid.
I understand.
Earlier this year, a judge ordered Tobon to repay one person $45,000 for a loan he borrowed 17 years ago. And another case where a contractor accuses him of not paying him for work, that is still awaiting trial, Danielle.
All right, first, so has Tobon repaid that $45,000 yet?
As of earlier this week, the lawyer for the plaintiff told us no.
Okay, and in that case, you learned that he was represented by the Director of Legal Services for the House Judiciary Committee, so he is a State House lawyer?
Yeah, right, Danielle, and we wanted to know if Tobon had paid him for his services. When we interviewed the lawmaker last week, he told us that he hadn't yet, but he was planning on doing that. But there is still the question of whether he should be using the legal services of a General Assembly lawyer for personal conflicts. House Speaker Joseph Shekarchi tells us the answer is no. In a statement, Shekarchi's spokesperson said, Speaker Shekarchi does not approve of the practice of staff attorneys representing lawmakers. He then went on to say he was not aware that John Manny represented Rep. Tobon until the WPRI investigation. He has since learned that this business relationship predated his becoming Speaker. And Danielle, the spokesperson, went on to say the Speaker is reviewing the practice and will make changes accordingly.
All right, so Tobon was first elected, Tim, in 2014.
Yep.
Then he secured that seat on the House Finance Committee in 2015. That really is an important position.
It really is, Danielle. The House Finance Committee's biggest job is writing the state's $13 billion budget. In other words, they decide how taxpayer money is going to be spent. Tobon was also appointed co-chair of a task force looking at how the state should spend $1.1 billion in federal COVID relief funds, which is why we thought it was important to scrutinize all these murky and adverse financial dealings that have sometimes gotten him into a legal bind.
All right, so you really only touched on a fraction of Target 12's findings, so we want to remind everybody, don't miss Tim's full report. Target 12 investigator Tim White will be posting this online. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Danielle.
And since recording that segment with Tim yesterday, Speaker Shekarchi released a statement to 12 News saying, quote, I will be instituting a new policy effective immediately, stating that staff attorneys can no longer represent any legislators in their private practices.